Hello everyone, it is your girl Katie Baby. I am already back posting another video. I made one earlier tonight in my car, and you could tell in that video I was kind of off, I was kind of down, my energy levels were like, yeah, you could tell, but like I said in that video, I want this channel to be a very raw, authentic, and vulnerable space for anyone to come and watch silently or feel like they can relate to what I'm saying, or if you want to share your stories or just anything at all. Like, I really want this to just be like a safe space for people who feel like they are not being seen or heard or understood. And the reason why is because I grew up. All right, let me talk a little bit about my backstory, okay? So, first of all, this is my cow. Her name is Strawberry, because it looks like a cow that would produce strawberry milk. Anyways, so I grew up feeling very isolated. I moved around a lot as a kid. I was bullied as well by this one girl, and I have very foggy memories, but I was bullied in the first house that I remember living in, and then we moved to a very isolated area, kind of like a farm country area, and the house was nice. We were surrounded by trees. It was very much like isolated, so I didn't really have a lot of friends that were close by, and in school I was a very shy girl, very shy. So I did find it hard to make friends, and if I did, I found it very hard to like open up to and be close to people. I was very introverted and I kept to myself a lot of the time, but at the same time I was so desperate for people to like me and give me attention that I would just be a people pleaser in many different social situations. Like, I would just try my best to fit in wherever I could, and it was never really with the popular kids. In like elementary or high school, I feel like I was never like, one of the cool kids, all right? Which, like, okay, I'm sure everyone says that about themselves now, but it's like, no, I actually was very shy. I was very introverted, and I was weird. So I hung out with people who were also kind of weird because they made me feel safe. And when I got to high school, I did branch out a little more. I started opening up to people, being more social, but my like people pleaser tendencies were very bad, and it got me into a lot of issues. I got into a lot of dramas, and then we moved in the middle of my high school. So at the end of grade 10, I left everyone, all the friends I made, and I started at a new high school, and I absolutely hated that high school because there were a lot of fake people in this high school, and we also moved from the country to the city, which was a big change. We went from living in this nice house surrounded by trees to a condo up in the city, and it was just a very big change, okay? So I just felt like I never really settled anywhere, I never really belonged anywhere, and I never had friends that lasted past like a couple years. There was this one friend in particular, Rachel, and I really do hope that one day maybe I get big enough that she'll see these videos and know how much that she meant to me as a person, because she really did. And unfortunately, we did lose touch and communication over the years, but she also blocked me. So I have no way of reaching out to her, and I'll never know why, right? Because we did lose touch, but there was never any big fight or anything, right? It's just like the case of the friend that ghosts you, right? But we grew apart, and so growing up like this, I felt like I could never fully express myself. I felt like I could never be who I was. Like, being that weird kid, I very much quickly shifted to, like, whatever other people thought was cool. And I was also smoking a lot of weed, and I mean a lot of weed, so I also was, like, a whole stoner girl at the same time. And I've been sober the longest I've been in a while, and I do want to make a separate video on my struggles and kind of dependency I had with weed, because I feel like a lot of people struggle with addiction, and I definitely want to tap into my addiction struggles. But this video ain't about that. This is about why, you know, a little bit of backstory why I'm doing this. So yeah, never felt like I really belonged anywhere. Never felt like anyone fully, like, loved and accepted me for who I am, right? Until university, really. That's when I started making really good friendships with girls that I've been friends with for years now, and I feel like they will be my friends for life, right? This one girl in particular, her name is Juliana. I call her Jules. She really means a lot to me because we literally saw each other just, like, grow up in so many different ways. Like, throughout university, we were pretty crazy. Like, we met each other when we were quite wild. At a time, we were just trying to have fun and go out, party. I love that girl so much. Oh my gosh. One day I'll tell her about this channel. Right now, I'm keeping this channel a secret from all my friends, all my family, like, everyone, because I genuinely want this channel to not be for the people around me, but for anyone out there that feels like they are not seen or heard or understood, okay? So this channel is for everyone else, okay? And for myself, of course. But yeah, I feel like more than ever now, a lot of people too, I'm seeing this happen, are now coming back to their younger selves, their inner child, right? And feeling this sense of, like, wanting to make the inner child happy. And I think that is why I started posting again, because when I was a child, all I wanted to do was be a YouTuber, okay? I grew up watching PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, okay? I would spend hours watching their gameplays, and then also the girlies, like Bethany Mota. I can't really think of too many, Anna Akana off the tip of my tongue, I want to say Meg DeAngelis. There's a lot of YouTubers I watch, but, like, I feel like those were the main ones. And I just admired them. I admired them so much. Also, Cutie Pie Marzia, PewDiePie's now wife. I loved her so much. I wanted to be like her. Oh my goodness, she's so cute. I loved her aesthetic. I wanted to make cute little fashion videos, and baking videos and stuff. Oh my goodness, like she did. But yeah, I grew up watching YouTubers, so I always wanted to be a YouTuber, and I genuinely knew that as a kid I would make it happen. I just didn't know when, because as the years went on, I just completely, like, lost my sense of self. Like, as a teenager, I feel like I genuinely lost my sense of self. You know, grew up way too fast, okay? I got way too involved in some things I should not have gotten involved in, which is another story for another day. But just, yeah, doing some crazy things at a really young age, and sneaking out, you know, just getting into no good. And always being super, you know, just whatever about everything. Like, I just had this very whatever mindset where I could just do anything and it didn't matter because, you know, I was young and dumb. And I feel like there's a part of me that still thinks like that, you know, the nihilistic, like, whatever, it doesn't matter what I do. But now I feel like I need to, like, protect myself. I need to protect my peace, my health, my energy, my consciousness. Like, there's so many things I feel like I need to protect, but more than ever, I want to protect my inner child, because she is getting tested in a way that I don't really want to go too deeply into the things I'm sort of dealing with at home right now, but there's a lot of like past traumas and resentment that I still hold on to, that my inner child experienced, and I'm feeling a lot of triggers come up right now in my daily life recently, and I'm really putting in the work to try and work through that. So I am going to therapy right now, okay? I'm talking to a therapist, and I see her once a week. She's been really great to help me through these things, and I've been journaling almost every single day. I started reading again because there was a while I stopped reading. Since going to university, you kind of have to read the things they require you to read, and that kind of made me lose my interest for like reading for fun and casual reading, but I started reading again. Trying to replace my doom scrolling habits with reading. That's still kind of an issue, but anywho, I'm getting off track here. Back onto the inner child thing. I think a lot of us are feeling like our inner childs need justice. And what I mean by that is a lot of us neglect that little kid in us that did not feel loved, did not feel cared for, did not feel safe. And I think that more than we think it does comes out as the older versions of ourselves, right? As adults, or even like if you're an adolescent still, right? Like there's still parts of you as a kid that come out when you get triggered, when you're dealing with people, relationships, or even just how you feel about yourself, right? Do you feel like you're unworthy of being loved? Do you feel like you're not safe? Do you feel like you're fighting to survive every day? I get it, because that's how I've been feeling for a very, very long time. And that's why I'm sick of it. I'm tired, and I'm now actively trying to change and become a better person every day, because I got so goddamn sick of how I was living, so stuck in my addictions, so stuck in this mental hell, this prison that I put myself in. Like, I can't even blame anything else. I can't blame my past traumas or things people have done to me. No, because after all of that, it was on me to change. And I had to take accountability for the fact that I was still doing things from this victim mindset, from this unhealed, I deserve it perspective, right? Like, I deserve to smoke weed every single night, multiple times a day, because I'm going through things and life is hard enough, right? I hope that did not strike a nerve, because that's just things I've gone through and dealt with. But I do believe that this message, it's coming from a very deep place right now, because it is, let me check the time, 2:32 a.m. in Eastern time right now. And I don't know when I'm going to post this. I'll probably just upload it right after I post it, because, again, I'm not editing any of my videos. They're going to be raw and uncut and very vulnerable. At least for the first little bit. I'm still trying to navigate, exactly what I want to talk about and kind of figure out what I want to do with this channel, but I feel like the main purpose and message is there. And over time, I do want to improve my quality. Like, I do want to actually have better edited, better quality videos over time, but I just feel like right now this kind of raw style is what I feel the most connected to, especially with other people. I feel the most connected when I see raw people rather than like curated creators. I still appreciate like very well high quality stuff, okay? It takes time to like film and edit those things, and I think that those people are absolutely amazing, but I feel like I'm still kind of tapping back into my creativity after having lost it for a long time. So while I regain that creativity and artistry back, You're just gonna get raw, unfiltered Kate right now, okay? And I hope you like it. I hope you know what I'm saying? I hope we're feeling some kind of connection here, cause I definitely feel a connection here, okay? Okay, I don't even know who you are, but I see you and I feel the connection. All right, because I feel weirdly just connected to like just a lot of people right now, and I don't even know. Like it's the collective. You know what I'm saying? Like we are a collective consciousness. Okay, Carl Jung. You know what I'm saying? We have a collective unconscious and then a personal unconscious. I'm not gonna go into that. Some things from psychology. I want to make some psychology videos, but yeah. Anyways, I don't know what I'm gonna even call this. It's gonna probably be like a late night yap session or something, because that's basically what this is. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm very looking forward to making the next one. It's gonna be tomorrow because I have decided I am posting every single day. I said I was gonna post once a day, but I might start posting multiple times a day because I have time. So why not, you know? If I can connect with more people and get my message out there more, then, you know, then I'ma do it, okay? Because, like, what the hell else? What the hell else? You know what I'm saying? Anyways.